a leading African development finance institute, supporting SMEs across more than 45 countries. AGF, represented here today, and their host countries here in Kenya, by its CEO, Mr. Jules Ngakam, is here today. I request Your Excellency, Mr. Jules, to come shake your hand, because he has done an extraordinary to trust this university. Let's clap for AGF. Africa Guarantee Fund will be signing with Cooperative University to co-create the Cooperative Stimulus Program to unleash the capacity of the cooperative movement convened by this university on this day. Excellency, today also, and we also had this meeting when we were in China last week, we are honored that today this university will be signing with Huawei Technologies, a leading digital company from China. Excellency, I want to introduce to you the Deputy CEO, Public Affairs, Huawei. Please. Thank you, Excellency. So the Cooperative University with Huawei Technology will sign a memorandum of cooperation to advance this university to be the capital of artificial intelligence in this country. Additionally, Excellency, a cabinet-level nominee for President Tinubu of Nigeria, a Gen Z like me, Excellency, I want to introduce to you the cabinet-level nominee, the Bank of Agriculture Nigeria CEO, who has been appointed by President Tinubu, is here today. Because the Bank of Agriculture Nigeria, the Cooperative University of Kenya, wants to co-create and lead an impactful program to strengthen agricultural cooperative financing, ensuring sustainable development for our farmers and agribusinesses. Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, my friends, I began this address claiming that I know something that you all know about courage. A bold claim, perhaps. Courage has a way to make someone dare and dream, to imagine and make a different future. On June 13th, 2011, this institution, it was called Cooperative College of Kenya. Two ladies here with us, Professor Esther Gisheru and Madam Ansieta Mwiti. Madam Ansieta Mwiti, these two ladies, Excellency, by way of a competitive interview, we were three of us. They chose me and gave me an opportunity for my first job after my undergraduate as an assistant program officer in this institution. Thank you. I was young. I was inexperienced. In fact, I had not graduated 14 years later. Your Excellency, our President, you have honored me to be back where I began my career, with a solemn mandate to lead this institution into the future. I am emboldened by the commitment of everyone gathered here to this singular institution, to the common cause of higher education and the cooperative movement in our country. Together, we must transform uncertainty into opportunity and scale this institution for an intelligent era. Your Excellency, we will build for the next generation a university the Cooperative University of Kenya that ranks amongst the elite of the world. A home for the next generation of research. We will seize this moment, Excellency, with courage, the cooperative courage. Thank you.
Another round of applause for the Chancellor, Cooperative University, Dr. Bernard Chitunga. Thank you very much, sir. At this point, Your Excellency, allow me to invite the Cabinet Secretary for Education to come and make his remarks. Mr. Julius Migos Ogamba. Tumpigie makofi akija tafadhali. Karibu sana, Waziri wa Elimu.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, Dr. William Samoei Ruto, Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, Chancellor, the newest Chancellor, the youngest Chancellor, Dr. Bernard Chitunga, whom Your Excellency, when I met him in China, October last year, I thought he was a Zimbabwean. Because of the name Chitunga. I am happy that we have reached where we have reached today. My cabinet colleague, Honorable Wycliffe Oparanya, the Minister for Cooperatives, Principal Secretaries here present, led by Dr. Beatrice Nyangala, the Permanent Secretary for Higher Education, Patrick Kilemi, Cooperatives, Honorable Raila Rono, Parliamentary Affairs, members of Parliament here present, by Felix Jalango, and see Patrick Osero here, and see Madame Lesuda, University Governing Council members, Vice Chancellors here present, all other members of other universities here, members of the Universities Board and the Senate, county government leaders here present, staff, students, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Your Excellency, allow me at this juncture to welcome my cabinet colleague, Waziri Oparanya, who is the Cooperative Minister. This university has the distinct honor of being domiciled in two ministries, the Ministry of Education and Cooperatives, for him to make a few remarks before I do. Mheshimiwa Oparanya, kindly. Very, very brief remarks.
Your Excellency, Dr. Ruto, President of the Republic of Kenya and Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, my colleague, Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Education, Principal Secretaries here, Commission of Cooperatives who accompanied me, the Chancellor of the Cooperative University of Kenya, Dr. Bernard Tunga, the Chair of the University Council, Dr. Jeremy Bundi, members of the University Council, the Vice Chancellor, members of the University Management Board, faculty staff, ladies and gentlemen. It is my honor to join you in celebrating the installation of Dr. Bernard Tunga as Chancellor of the Cooperative University of Kenya. This is a milestone. This milestone is significant not only for the university, but also for the Ministry of Cooperatives and SMEs Development, which plays a crucial role in our nation's socio-economic transformation by promoting a sustainable cooperative sector and supporting competitive MSMEs. The Cooperative University of Kenya is dedicated to advancing cooperative education in line with its mandate It supports the cooperative movement through quality teaching, offering specialized programs tailored to the cooperative education, and plays a leading role in expanding research opportunities in agribusiness, cooperatives, and the associated economy. The university also provides education and training to personnel in the cooperative sector, positioning itself as a regional center of academic excellency in cooperative development. Today, Dr. Chitunga becomes the second individual to serve in this esteemed role. Notably, he makes history as the youngest Kenyan ever appointed as a chancellor, an appointment that reflects the confidence His Excellency the President places in the capacity and promise of our young people. On behalf of the entire cooperative movement, I extend my warmest congratulations to Dr. Chitunga. His appointment is a testament to his distinguished experience and unwavering commitment to excellency. I am confident that under his strategic vision and stewardship, this great institution will reach even greater heights. Dr. Chitunga brings to his role an impressive professional track record. In his capacity as Senior Officer for Partnership, Donors, and Special Projects at the African Development Bank Group, he has exhibited exceptional experience in resource mobilization, partnership development, and the management of high-impact development initiatives. Dr. Chitunga's role as task manager in the establishment of the $5 billion affirmative finance, special, and trust funds underscores his capacity to lead complex, high-impact projects of continental significance. These qualities will undoubtedly be a valuable asset to the university as it advances its mission and expands in its influence. Your Excellency, the university is a vital institution within the cooperative movement, advancing research and equipping cooperative societies and MSME with the relevant skills and competences needed to succeed in today's dynamic and competitive environment. In conclusion, Your Excellency, it is through this university and its training of the cooperative movement that Kenya is now the best in circles in the entire Africa and number 8 in the entire world. I once again congratulate Dr. Bernard Chitunga on his installation as the Chancellor of this university. The ministry looks forward to working closely with you, the entire university community, promote cooperative excellency, empower MSMEs, and advance inclusive, sustainable development for the benefit of all Kenyans. Thank you, God bless you, and God bless Kenya.
Thank you, Waziri. Your Excellency, sir, on behalf of the Ministry of Education, wish to welcome you to this occasion during which you will officiate the installation of the new Chancellor of the Cooperative University of Kenya. That you've agreed to officiate at this ceremony is a further testimony of your solid belief in the effective management and leadership structures of our local universities. The office of the Chancellor in a university is the apex of leadership in that institution requiring that holders of that position are not only of high integrity, but also those with an enviable and impeccable track record of management. I'm glad that Dr. Chitunga is one of such a leader. Congratulations to Dr. Chitunga as you take over this role. Your Excellency, as you have guided us from time to time, the ministry has rolled out a robust string of reforms that are meant to restore stable and effective leadership in our universities. We are glad that the majority of our universities are now enjoying a better financial health thanks to the implementation of these reforms and the student-centered funding model. I assure you, Your Excellency, that we will continue stepping up the rollout of both financial and leadership reforms to ensure that our public universities are stable and able to offer quality education as they prepare to usher in the students of the competency-based education in a few years beginning 2029. Your Excellency, today is not my day. With these few remarks, I wish to invite the Right Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga to make his remarks.
Your Excellency, President William Samuel Ruto, Chancellor of the University, members of the academic staff, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Hamjambo, comrades power, comrades power. Thank you very much. We are happy to be here this morning. I came actually at the invitation of one of the guests here, my daughter, Rosemary Odinga, who had been invited to come here. Rosemary, you want to stand up so that you can wave? The one who invited me. So like a market crusher. But this is Langata, which is home. So I'm very happy to be here. And I really want to begin first by congratulating the young man here, the new Chancellor of the Co-operative University, a very, very promising young man, Dr. Bernard William Chitunga Ongera. I have, since I came here, seen very many interesting things and exciting. We talk all the times about development. Development will not come on its own. It has to be initiated. The cooperative movement in the world has been a very major force for transformation of societies. It is one that has been used to actually fight poverty around the world. Because cooperative actually promotes saving. And saving is very important in terms of wealth creation. When you save, you'll be able to invest. I said earlier on, this is what we call the vicious cycle of poverty. That, oh, I am poor, therefore I cannot save. I cannot save, therefore I cannot invest. I cannot invest, therefore I cannot develop. Hence I am poor. You must make a deliberate effort to break that poverty cycle. If you break that poverty cycle, then you can be able to develop. Very important. So you need to think out of the box. Now listen very carefully to Dr. Chitunga as he was talking here. I said, this is somebody who is thinking out of the box. This is what is going to help us. Africa is the richest continent on the planet Earth. Yet the paradox is that the richest continent is also the poorest in terms of living conditions of its people. We don't have to be permanently poor. And we don't have to be going around to be begging. We can be able to do what is called value addition to what we produce in our country here. We can be able to exploit the resources that we have and transform them to create wealth for our people. This is what is most important. And this is what can only happen if you are thinking out of the box. And therefore, I've been very, very impressed with what I've seen here this morning, what I've heard here. Let us now ensure that what is being promised here will be implemented. If you do that, you'll change this institution, and you'll also change Kenya. And you will make Kenya move to where we want to go. That is, Kenya to move away from poverty. We had talked of 2030. We are now only 5 years away from 2030. But if we are determined, it can be done. This is actually my message to our people. I'm happy to be here. Congratulations, Co-operative University, you're doing here. Thank you very much. Maybe you're ready to. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Your Excellency. It's now my humble duty to welcome Your Excellency to speak to us, and may we all be upstanding. Welcome, Your Excellency.
Asanteni sana. Thank you very much. You may take your seats. The Right Honorable Raila Odinga, Mr. Chancellor, William Bernard Chitunga, Ministers present, Principal Secretaries present, the University Council and Management, the student fraternity, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Hamjambo. Saa zingine kunasemekana mtu amepata kazi. Alafu saa zingine kunasemekana kazi imepata mtu. I think in this case, the latter is true. Mimi nimeona ya kwamba kazi ya Chancellor imepata mtu. And it is with great pleasure to join you on this historic occasion marking the installation of the second Chancellor of the Co-operative University of Kenya. Today's ceremony marks not only a new chapter in the leadership of this distinguished institution, but also reaffirms the university's steadfast commitment, its mission of empowering communities through cooperative education, research, innovation, and sustainable development. Allow me at the outset to congratulate Dr. Bernard William Chitunga. Congratulations. Raila Odinga called him young man. Young enough for me also to call him. Your elevation, Dr. Chitunga, to this role is both historic and symbolic, reflecting our collective conviction that young people are not merely leaders of tomorrow, As government, we are intentional about integrating young people into leadership to unlock their innovation, energy, and bold thinking in shaping our country's future. I think if there is boldness and courage I've seen in the vision of Dr. Chitunga. Ladies and gentlemen, the Co-operative University of Kenya holds a unique and important place in our national development journey. For over 70 years, it has been a vital engine for molding skilled human capital and producing knowledge systems that uplift communities. Its foundation in the cooperative values of equity, democracy, solidarity, and mutual responsibility has ensured that its focus remains grounded in making a real impact on people's lives and driving grassroots transformation. The university's impact is evident in the professionalism it brings to cooperative governance, the training of strategic leaders for MSMEs, and its robust research and policy work that strengthens institutions at the foundation of our economy. This is, in my very honest opinion, true empowerment, people-centered, local, and transformational. Our agenda is to build on the productivity of every Kenyan. During nationwide consultations, Kenyans expressed a desire not just to share the national cake, but also to be empowered to bake it. This calls for accessible, practical, future-oriented education. Education that imparts skills, nurtures enterprise, and equips citizens to organize collectively. The cooperative university is uniquely placed to deliver on this. Accordingly, we are implementing a sustainable higher education funding model to ensure that every learner, regardless of their background, has a fair chance to pursue their academic ambitions. Through institutions like this cooperative university, we're empowering communities with the tools and knowledge to participate meaningfully in national development and wealth creation. I have heard very carefully what the Chancellor and the Vice Chancellor has said, and all the other leaders that have spoken before me, on matters education. It is said that education is the single most powerful enabler of societies, communities, and people. And that is the reason why my first job in office as president was to find out, ask the reason why we have difficulties in education. I did put together a presidential task force that gave us a roadmap that spent almost 8 months with many stakeholders. I was briefed that they got 32,000 different presentations. And when I came into this university, I asked the Vice Chancellor, give me feedback on the work that was done by the task force and that I did decide that it was time to implement. And the Vice Chancellor told me, Mr. President, things are different. We have paid all our workers. We have paid all our taxes. We don't have debts with suppliers. The university is different. There is a small problem, however. Some of the students complain that they have been put in the wrong band. That is the feedback I got from the Vice Chancellor. And I told him, because they had a retreat, which I had instructed the ministry, because I wanted feedback from the runners, from the managers of our universities. So they had a retreat, and soon they will be giving me a feedback on the good, difficult, what needs to be changed. Because if we get our education and training right, we are well on course getting our prosperity and development right. And therefore, aside from implementing and organizing the CBC program, hiring more teachers, providing more resources, additional resources to our universities, implementing a student-centered funding model that has increased resources going to universities. And today, I can proudly say the universities that were struggling 2 years ago with debts, 23 of them had already been declared bankrupt. They are now on an upward move. And I am informed that in the next 2 to 3, maybe 4 years, all the universities will be out of the debt trap. And it is because we must work together with our university managers, our vice chancellors. And today, I am very proud that a young man of 36 becomes the youngest chancellor in the Republic of Kenya. And he stands out. You agree with me that we have the best that we could get, a chancellor for Co-operative University. A product of this university at his early age, and has gone all places, gathering experience, gathering knowledge, and making Kenya proud. I met this young man earlier, 23, when I went to Senegal for Matters Africa Development Bank. That's where the headquarters is. Because we had negotiations that would support our country. When I met Kenyans there, they told me the difficulties they are going through because we didn't have it. And I singled out the two ties needed to be done. The rest is history. We now have an embassy in Senegal. Again, I went to China a year ago in the process of negotiating things to do with our country. And again, I met this young man. I asked him, I thought you were in Senegal. I have since moved from Africa Development Bank. Now I work for the Asia Infrastructure and Investment Bank. And I met him during the signing ceremony when Kenya was joining the Asia Infrastructure and Investment Bank. And he has been immensely useful to us as a country. He's based in China, has informed some of the decisions that I have made. And when I saw this young man and remembered that he was in this university, that is the time I decided that this is the man to come and help us transform Co-operative University of Kenya. My good friend Chitunga, you have a big vision, bold, and you are courageous. You have my support and that of the government of Kenya as you undertake that bold vision you have. Let me just tell you two things. As our former Prime Minister said, savings is a very important component of any meaningful progress of our country. Just to give you statistics, savings as a percentage of GDP in Kenya today is between 10 and 12%. Savings as a percentage of GDP in China, where Chitunga works, is 55%. Everybody trained to save at the beginning, as early as possible. And that is how they have developed the resources to invest in their country, to develop their country, and to create the environment that you see today. I undertook to the people of Kenya that I was going to change the savings culture, and we are going to change the savings infrastructure in Kenya. You all remember, everybody used to pay NSSF 200 shillings. Everybody in Kenya, 200 shillings. And the employers used to pay for them 200 shillings. Until 2023. That is 2 years ago. And it was okay. No, it was okay. Paying 200 shillings. Explain to me why 200 shillings is okay. How is 200 shillings going to be to amount to a saving? So I said we were going to change this. And today, every Kenyan, like what is going on in Uganda. For your information, Uganda has a bigger social security fund than Kenya, although they have a quarter of our economy. Tanzania has a bigger national social security, although they have 50% of our economy. Why? Because they made the right decision about saving. In Uganda, everybody saves 10% of their salary. In Tanzania, everybody saves 8% of their salary. In Kenya, we were saving 200 shillings. And it was supposed to be okay. And I was supposed to do nothing about it. Really? So, we made the right decisions. Today, every Kenyan is saving 6% of their salary. And every employer is saving on behalf of their employees 6% of their salary. And look, I will give you some statistics. You can go and count a check. From independence up to 2023, we saved 320 billion in 60 years, right? But in just 2 years, from 2023 up to 2025, today, we have saved 280 billion. By the end of this year, we will have doubled the money we saved in 60 years. And by 2027, yes, by 2027, we will have saved 1 trillion shillings. Because we have made some bold decisions. That is why I encourage you, Dr. Chitunga. What you have said to many people here seems impossible. I want to encourage you, it's doable, it's possible. Go ahead. You have my support and that of the government of Kenya. Many of these people here will not believe what I'm saying. Yes. But you will be shocked. Go check the statistics. So that is how to transform a nation. And I'm very proud of it. Because I'm going to confound the naysayers. Secondly, as we transform the nation, the cooperative movement is very important. And I like what you have said about research. about innovation, about AI, and what your plan is in that space. The whole cooperative movement influences our agricultural sector. And our agricultural transformation must be underpinned by the transformation in the cooperative sector. That's the reason why CS Oparanya team are working on the cooperative bill that is currently in Parliament, informed by the cooperative movement, including input from the Cooperative University. I am looking forward to signing that bill into law so that we can leverage on the efficiency and the capacities that exist in our cooperative movement to help us steamroll and turbocharge the transformation of our agricultural sector. Just to give you some statistics, the agricultural sector, we have, because of God's blessings on rain, interventions we have made in inputs, fertilizer, seeds, and others, we've seen growth in the agricultural sector. That growth will be enhanced if we organize the cooperative sector better. And that is why the cooperative bill currently in Parliament is very important. Seen, for example, growth in the maize sector from 40 million bags, 72 million bags. Seen earnings from tea went up from 170 billion to 215 billion. We've seen coffee sector, prices of coffee has moved from 50, 60 shillings a kilo to 100, 140 shillings a kilo. Seen in the sugar sector, we are witnessing the biggest transformation. Ordinarily, we would be importing between 300,000 and 400,000 tons of sugar into Kenya. This year, we imported less than 100,000 tons. Why? Because our productivity grew from 490 metric tons, go look at the statistics that Kenya Sugar Board, to 815 metric tons. We just concluded the commercialization of the 5 sugar mills owned by government. Opinion is government has no business owning sugar mills. It should be run by people who understand it in the private sector. We just concluded that exercise, and you will see the transformation that is going to come from the sugar sector. It is my belief, and we are working towards making sure that in the next 3 years or thereabout, Kenya should be a net exporter of sugar. We should not be importing sugar into Kenya. We have what it takes to import sugar from Kenya. I'm saying this, Dr. Chitunga, to encourage you that this country needs bold, courageous leaders like you to move it to the next level. People who believe in this country, citizens, patriotic citizens, who will do their best, stop at nothing, the transformation country. Finally, when I was in China, many people thought, oh, William Ruto has gone to negotiate for more loans. Yeah. Listen to me and listen to me carefully. You heard this young man speak here. He has not said he's going to look for loans. He has not said he's going to look for money for government. He has said he's coming to me to look for no objection, letter of support. Because he wants to transform this place using private-public partnerships. And you have seen him, some of the partners that he's going to work with. That is the way to the future. The road we have, you saw listed from Rironi all the way to Malaba through Nakuru, is not going to be built. Is not going to be built using loans to the government of Kenya. Unasikia? It is going to be built using a toll infrastructure, public-private partnership, investment. That is what is going to build that road. The railway you saw put in the framework that we negotiated in China, from now Naivasha all the way to Uganda, is also going to be built not by loans to the government of Kenya, but it's going to be built by investments. Let me also tell you that we have developed alternative financing mechanisms that do not take the country the route of loans that could endanger the future of our country. And I have been resolute in saying that we must find alternative financing mechanisms. Today, you have heard the announcement in our housing fund program. We have decided as government to support the education sector with student hostels. And Cooperative University is going to be a beneficiary. We're going to have a hostel facility here that will accommodate 2,520. It's going to happen in every university in Kenya and every Tibet, and we are going to finally go to every Kenya Medical Training Center. Our first batch of investment is to build hostel spaces for 130,000 students, universities, colleges, and Tibet. That money is not money that is borrowed. Right? It's not loans. We're not going to build a hostel for you here using loans. We're going to use money we have raised, our own local resources. That is how to build the country. It is the money we are using to build all the housing units. It's the money we are using to build 400 markets. Not loans, resources raised by Kenyan taxpayers. That is how we are going to change this country, good people. So, I don't mind the accompanying ceremonies, but we must transform, and it has to take some bold thinking, bold action, take ourselves into the future. That's why I'm very encouraged to see a young man from Kenya working as an international servant, bringing that oomph and expertise, knowledge, and courage to our country. Allow me, ladies and gentlemen, to say accordingly, we are implementing a sustainable higher education funding model, as I said earlier, to ensure every learner has an opportunity to be their best. The cooperative model is central in our economic transformation strategy. With over 14 million members, cooperatives now contribute nearly half of our national savings and finance 90% of some of the housing stock that is going. The implementation of Sessional Paper number 4 of 2020 and the Cooperative Bill 2024, now before Parliament, will institutionalize reforms that center training, research, innovation as pillars of a modern and sustainable cooperative movement. This university is not just a partner in this effort. It is an anchor, like what was said here. I like the questions Chitunga is asking. as we deepen investment across our 5 priority pillars of agriculture, MSMEs, housing, healthcare, and digital economy, we look to Cooperative University of Kenya to provide leadership, capacity building, and research that translates into real, measurable change in people's lives. Allow me at this juncture to highlight a few of the commitments that have been made. One of them is the hostel infrastructure for this university. And secondly, through the Chancellor's Legacy Program that Dr. Chitunga has just elaborated, we welcome initiatives to expand infrastructure through public-private partnership, establish new research centers, and build sustainable financing. Government will remain a committed partner in delivering this ambition. And number 3, recognizing that land scarcity is a barrier to growth, we will work with the university to secure additional land for flagship projects, including the proposed Cooperative University Innovation Hub, a facility dedicated to research, training, incubation, and community empowerment at the heart of the cooperative movement. Ladies and gentlemen, Cooperative University of Kenya must continue to serve as a national resource, a catalyst for society, and a laboratory for economic transformation, and a beacon of hope for communities it serves. Empowering communities is not merely a slogan. It is a strategic imperative in building an inclusive, sustainable, and just Kenya. Government of Kenya stands firmly this institution, and we will continue to support your programs, invest in your growth, and co-create pathways for prosperity for every Kenyan household. Dr. Chitunga, Mr. Chancellor, the University Council, Management, Senate, faculty, staff, and students, I wish you great success as you carry forward the noble mission of knowledge creation and community transformation. Asanteni sana, and God bless you.
Another round of applause for His Excellency for that wonderful speech. Thank you, Your Excellency.